somewhere off-site throughout the county and talking a little bit about some of the great things that make Anoka County so great. So please tune in and watch It's Your History.
The process of removing something normally present and usually essential for mental or physical well-being, deprivation.
I am Joel, and I am deprived.
Kittens in a basket, your grandma's in a casket. Don't worry, Sally, you gotta be happy, cause you know you got kittens in a basket, even though your grandma's in a casket.
I colored the page he cried for help.
I'm Joel Moline. I'm 21 years old. I go to Concordia in Moorhead. I got the idea of doing a 72-hour, up to 72-hour deprivation because I've heard that they've done studies before where your brain, with the deprivation of sleep for 36 hours, goes to a state of, mentally drunk. Once you hit the 72-hour mark, your brain goes to a state of mentally insane. We set up journals. What journals basically are is journals. From day to day, every 12 hours, the three people, myself included, have to write in a journal and make a diary entry.
Our favorite romantic love songs were playing on the radio that afternoon. I think I did so well. I rocked the house, you guys.
Nathaniel Kleitman, his name is, and he lived in the 50s. He was like really on the forefront of sleep medicine. You should know that in the 50s when he was doing those, we didn't even know that sleep was multiple stages. We felt that sleep is just one stage. It's just a resting stage. He went to Kentucky and stayed in a cave where he wouldn't know if it's day or night outside. And they would give him his meals every 8 hours, regardless of what time it is, weekends or no weekends. So he would be completely dissociated from the outside. And he noticed that he lost his track of time. His body cycles was no longer a 24-hour cycle. It's become a little bit more of a 25-hour cycle, which means he was drifting forward and forward with what time his bedtime is.
Little darling, it's showing love. Spring is finally melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. Alright, alright.
My biggest obstacle this day is just trying to make it seem that I'm all right. I think now that the sun's come up, I've got a little bit more hope. Feeling a little bit more crazy, which is nice. Because going through the night was kind of tough, but I had video games and stuff.
Sleep is actually not just one stage, there's actually 5 stages of sleep that we have to go through in a certain sequence to actually feel refreshed the next day. So our brains are not just dead that night, they're actually doing something, which is sleeping. We count the stages as to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then at the end, you get into a stage called REM, which is rapid eye movement sleep. And your brain actually goes on to high gear, becomes very, very rapid, almost to the level of wakefulness, even though you are deep, deep in sleep.
How's it going? Woo!
What? Did it get in your eye? Obviously.
No, it didn't.
Closed it.
Today I had to use a lot of eye drops, and I didn't have to use it until this morning, around like 9 or 10 right before we were about to leave to go back to Mankato.
It gets the red out.
Almost 20 to 25% of the population has insomnia, of one night not being able to fall asleep. What insomnia is, the people who cannot fall asleep when they actually have all the time to be able to fall asleep. Sleep deprivation is more, you cannot fall asleep for some event that you had to do.
Today I kind of have a little revelation about time and segments and stuff like that. It kind of feels like the time segments are kind of skipping. Like everything is in the now, but then later everything's kind of choppy, if that makes sense. Well, I don't know whose idea it was for the journals. I'm not sure if it was mine or if it was Naisha's, but I kind of just want to slap them a little bit. I don't know why. I still think that the journals are a good idea, but when I put them into practice and when I try writing in them, I can't think of anything to say, for one. I instantly get really tired, and it takes me a long time to get out of it, for two. And for three, I don't make any sense anymore on those things. Everything's so confusing.
And they think that the sleep deprivation in this country is also maybe one of the links between the obesity.
Like, you know what, I'd really like a McDonald's shake, a chocolate shake. So I decided to get a chocolate shake at McDonald's, and I just had to get the French fries with it.
Fine, bud.
And that turned out to be a horrible idea, because after that I got so insanely tired that I felt like I almost fell asleep in the car.
So effing creepy. What'd you say again? Sorry, I missed that.
Right now I kind of feel like a little exhausted, I guess. My eyes kind of, they don't feel, I don't know, they feel kind of heavy, I guess you could say. I feel like I'm physically exhausted, not so much mentally anymore.